to this episode of Y.G.O.P TV. And we're here at Tates Creek Middle School with Miss Sara King. How are you doing, Miss King?
Good, how are you?
Doing great.
Good.
Okay, and today what we want to talk about is we want to talk about the benefits that the Golfers Gym has on some of our special needs students that we cater to in the school system. And Ms. King is one of the physical education teachers here at Tates Creek Middle School who works directly with some of the special needs students. So, Ms. King, in your day-to-day interaction on the Golfers Gym with the special needs students, what are some of the attributes, some of the benefits that you see that the Golfers Gym offers those particular students?
The Golfers Gym allows the special education population to really have a chance to set their own personal goal, to where they don't have to feel like they can't do it because they're not as advanced as some other students. It gives them the opportunity to really focus on a task, which normally sometimes they can't when there are a lot of other people watching. But with the Golfers Gym, it's very much more individualized. And they also get a lot of work on their fine motor skills as they participate in the different activities throughout the Golfers Gym.
And I've noticed, we always say with some of our little credos that we have with the Golfers Gym is that a student tends to concentrate more when they're focusing on duplicating the complexities of a golf move. So have you noticed any elevated focus or anything like that?
I have. And I've also noticed that those kids who seem to struggle with other activities, they tend to want to participate more and they don't give up as quickly. And that they want to actually take the time and really focus and be successful at it.
Okay. Now, when we go through, you mentioned motor skills, and I noticed with the putting and the assistance that goes along with putting, because putting is one of those fine-tuned type of disciplines that you have to kind of use gauge speed, ball speed, and stuff like that. How do you think that helps?
I know not only for the special needs children, but it helps just the general education children, like me myself, to be honest. Like, you have to realize that the ball is not that far away from the hole, so you have to figure out, okay, if you hit it too hard, how can you adjust but yet still aim? And it's a difficult but yet easy little task.
Yeah, it does. Kind of causes you to have to calculate.
Yes.
You calculate force versus speed,
yes,
plus direction and reading the green. So yeah, I mean, even for me, it's difficult too. So are there any other things that you've noticed? I know sometimes teachers can be, have their different introspectives of the process and the Golfers Gym application. So that's the reason why I like to, kind of get feedback from individual teachers, because they may see something that another teacher didn't. So are there any other things that you can elaborate on?
I know for my classes personally and some of my students, they really enjoyed the Golfers Gym just because they didn't feel as if everybody was watching them at a difficult task, and that they were able to modify what they did to be successful at it. Whereas in other sports and other things that we do in the classroom, they feel like everybody's watching them and they give up immediately. Whereas the Golfers Gym, since there are so many stations, it allowed a student to take a little extra time and not feel pressured, and I had more students apt to come up and ask for help.
Okay.
And it was good.
What about that repetitive? I noticed one of the things that some of the other teachers talking about, when the students have to use a repetitive exercise, and how it tends to help them with their focus, because of course we know when you get on the Golfers Gym, usually you're at a station and you're doing it over and over and over. So.
And it helps a lot, and hopefully we can catch those students who are not necessarily doing it correctly before they repeat it multiple times. But yeah, once they figure out a way that it works for them, they continue to do it that way and they become better.
All right. Well, thank you, Ms. King. I appreciate you helping us out on this episode of Y.G.O.P TV, and hopefully we'll be back here at your school again.
Sounds good. We'd love to have you.
I'd like to thank you for tuning in to this episode of Y.G.O.P TV here at Tates Creek Middle School with Miss Sara King.